Good morning, folks. This is John Adamson, the Rehab and Documentation Guru, and I'm doing a little bit of an apology video here. I'm not apologizing for saying things like we need to take a stand and do what's right. Not at all. I still believe that firmly. But I am apologizing to those of you who might rightly feel that I've been a little bit hypercritical about you not taking a stand at times because of fear of loss of jobs. Let me elaborate. I'm developing a course on sexual harassment right now, and it's been a little bit eye-opening as I've delved into some of the research about retaliation that occurs within organizations of reporters of sexual abuse. People, I didn't realize how bad the statistics were for internal reporting. And obviously, every human resource department has within the department guidelines for how to report fraud, abuse, things that you see that are concerning, and they're supposed to have the HR hotline, and they're supposed to be able to roll that up to management to make sure it gets taken care of. But apparently, study after study does show that there are significant concerns about that process because obviously HR is an employee of the company. And so the retaliation rates are pretty high. And so anyway, if you've been put into a position where you are being forced on threat of loss of your job, that you will have to do what the company says, and you don't have the avenue to go through human resources to report that, I'm beginning to understand as I'm looking at some of the research behind it. So if you're interested in the particular topic, I found it under sexual harassment, but this would obviously correlate with any negative reports that an employee brings up to human resources that targets one of the bosses in the company. And so, with that said, I apologize if I've seemed a little hard on that subject. I do understand the pressure involved with keeping a job, especially in a rural market. I'm blessed in that I have a city center about a half hour or so in either direction of where I live. I am rural, but it's not hard for me to get to one of the city centers. But if you're out in the boondocks and you've got one job available, I can understand that, there'd be concerns. So, if you have concerns, definitely do some research. You might even be able to research online whether there have been employees that have reported through online sites that they've been retaliated against by that particular company. And maybe you would want to go supersede the company and just go right to federal reporting to protect yourself. Still, please try to do the right thing. It might even involve, and I know this is not an easy thing, but just picking up your family and moving if you need to. We've been blessed in our particular healthcare field, for the most part, as rehab professionals, not having to move for the most part. We've pretty much been able to settle any part of the country and find a job. That's changing. And a lot of other industries also have had to do that for years on end, where if they want a job in a particular field, they've had to pick up and move. And that's never easy. I hate moving. I don't know about you, but it's a greatly stressful thing. And I am at a stage in my life where I try to avoid stress. I don't like to rush. Don't push me along. I want to take my time and do things because I know I'll do it well, and I'll maintain kind of a calm, which is what I hope for you. Anyway, John Adamson, the Rehab and Documentation Guru. If you got some comments about what I just said, I'd welcome them. I'd love to hear about people's personal stories, what they've faced. I think we need to hear that from each other. But the other thing, too, is I am a little bit mindful, and I've been thinking about this morning, is part of the reason that we are so divided as a nation is we are on a 24/7 news cycle. Unlike when I grew up, you had set times where there was news, and then you got the newspaper and it was a day late. And so you weren't constantly bombarded with negative news. And we in the rehab world have lately been bombarded with the negative news coming from various clinicians throughout the whole country, working in different sectors where they've lost jobs, massive pay cuts, and it's creating a general sense of stress. And so I guess my second thing, besides apologizing, is to urge you to kind of de-stress and just try to find avenues in your life to chill out and regroup mentally, because it isn't all that bad. There are positives that are going on. And anyway, just wanted to say that. Anyway, I hope you have a great day. Take care and God bless.